Welcome to The Informant, the podcast that talks about anything and everything. We cover from sports, religion, politics, social, you name it. I'm your host as ever, Doc McLeod. So without any further ado, let's delve right into it. We are really excited today about everything that's been happening. So this is Check News. People of God, I hope I find you well. I hope the Lord is making manifest every blessing that He has deposited and entrusted in you. Right, I've come here regarding the post that I did. I've seen a lot of people come through into my inbox, and I've seen a lot of people come through on my mobile phone. Those have got my contacts, and I don't want to hide or mince anything. I've had a lot of some sensitive people put through their phone calls. I've spoken to quite a number now. What I want to say is I don't control nothing. What happens is when I dream, I have dreamt. The dream remains the dream. I cannot alter the dream. The position we have in Zimbabwe at the moment, I still don't see it tenable. It's untenable. I don't want to speak with favor of or bias. I just want to be honest so that every person knows what position to take. Regarding that dream, I always want to say, I've never said that I prophesy. No, I don't prophesy. I always say I dream, because that actually puts me aside from people who call themselves prophets. But one thing I can say, my dream, if ever anybody comes with a sharper dream than that, I'll retire or resign from the prophetic gift. That's the sharpest a dream can ever come. Regarding this, let me bring it. I've got it right on the phone here. Right, it was the 11th of March. And what's the day today? Let me just double check. What's the day today? 15th of April. So it was the 11th of March, 2024. This is now just more than a year ago. Let me say a year ago. Right, I wrote, I'm going to read. Hope dzinenge pfungwa dzebenzi. Zvaunorota doesn't make sense until interpreted. Benzi rinonzwa zvinhu 20 same time. One voice saying run, another voice instructing him to sit down, another sense telling him to go back. Algorithm of separating the voice commands is what leads a mad person to be directionless. Ndarota Liverpool ichitamba neMan City, but zvanga zvichitambira muGwanzura Stadium. And ndakuona Klopp, who by then was the Liverpool manager, but ndaona sitting president veZimbabwe, who's His Excellency Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Ndichiri mukushamisika, I then said to myself, why is Man City allowing President veZimbabwe to be Liverpool manager? I then looked for Pep Guardiola, who's the Man City manager, and before you know it, I saw Zimbabwe number 3, who is Valerio Sibanda. Ndopandati ibhora ripi rine players acho, ibhora ripi rine coach akadai, kutsikana kwanga kuchiita players acho plus panga pasina referee, ibhora iri risina referee. Weird football match, I wrote. When it got serious, parira pfuti. Vanhu vamhanya, but pafa vanhu vakati kuwanda, and then ndazoona vanhu vaakufara. Ndikazoona ndakamukombe, ndakagara kumashure, but achiwengwa naachamisa vanga vakagara vari 2, vachitaura nyaya yefootball match, vachiita kunge vari kubvumirana kuti vese vaiti manager next match. Right. I think it's hope dzinenge pfungwa dzebenzi. That's what I concluded on. Let me tell you, it is as sharp as it sounds. The position, like I say, is untenable. I don't know. I'm still praying, trying to see if there's a way out. But truth be told, the position is untenable. Consider this. All the players I mentioned are there. This football match does not have a referee. Right. At times you speak in sort of like parables. But the truth of the matter is, because it is my duty to interpret what I would have put down as a dream. Apa nyamwe interpreter, a layman can interpret this. Adzisi hope dziya dzine signs dzatinotaura kana kuti tinovati masymbols. It's straightforward hope. Bhora ramuri kutaura ndirori. Mamanager andiri kutaura ndiwo ari kutotamba izvinezvi. But at the end kwekupedzisira uko takuda kusvika kwekupedzisira, muchaona kuti ndaona vice president who's achiwenga tagara mukombi, but vanga vakagara naChamisa. Vanhu 2 ava vachibvumirana kuti we want to be the next managers with the next team. Zvazvinoreva ndezvekuti vairi ava vakuzobvumirana kushanda vese kuti vaende kwavarikuda kuenda. But zvimwe ndingataure zvangu. Ndokaitaura kuti ukaona wakundikunda chiprofita, wamunhu waMwari chaicha, muprofita anotyisa. I don't do entertainment prophetic. No, I don't do that. People I raise, yes, they do entertainment prophetic. I don't do entertainment prophetic. Every time I do utter something, mostly to do with the nation, I don't miss. That I can guarantee you, I don't miss. I'm not saying this team is better than the other team. No, I'm just telling you what's on the ground. If it's untenable, I'll tell you that it's untenable. Time went on. I then wrote and I said, I have prayed, but still I'm not seeing a way out for the sitting president. These things I say so that every player within the match prepares for what's to come. Panguva ino iyi kwatuda kuenda handiri kunyepera. Zirikurira. I wrote it down. Ndakazvinyora mudream. Go back to it. It's on my Facebook posts, I think 11th of March 2024. If you toggle down, you'll see. Anyway, I'll post it with with this message. But the truth of the matter, I want to be very honest. People who are within whichever party, and they are not saying whatever is happening, and they are people you call men of God, they are trying just to make people keep quiet for their own personal gains. But the truth of the matter, trust me 100%. Usually I don't come out and say these things. I just write and sit back. Just write and sit back. And I don't post about Kutauraya. Even if you go back, you will see that before Sadak came, a year and a half, if not a year ago, before, I told you that Sadak was going to come to Zimbabwe and is going to cause. I wrote that. I think it was the 12th of March 2022. And then Sadak came a year later. So when I'm talking about such things, I'm not talking them to gain clout. I'm not a clout gainer. I'm not. I'm one person who's so reserved. I'm one person who's so quiet. But when I see that there's a voice that's needing to speak, I'll open my mouth and speak. At this point in time, consider that I have spoken. Bora. The managers are the real players. And then the combi, it's a private meeting, right? Which is between Chamisa and vice president. Zvavaita ndezvekuti umwe aona kuti right, inini I can invoke power. Umwe akaona kuti inini I've got the popularity. So when power and popularity meets, it becomes a very dangerous team. Henceforth, I am saying to the sitting president, whatever you are going to play cleverly. What if I was to recommend what was needed there? I would have recommended a dialogue, if I want to be honest. I would have recommended a dialogue. Because whoever thinks is clever than the other, that's the end. I don't want to say zvinoshamisa nezvinotyisa, but kutaura chokwadi, futi dzinorira. Pakatadza kubatwa mushe. Of which let me say, dzicharira. Tikati dzinorira pachiti nyepa, dzicharira, dziri kutozorira. Dziri kutozorira. And pakutozorira ipapa, some prominent figures are going to go. Yes, vanhu tichawana vachamboti kudubuke. Just about 55 people vachafa ipapa. But prominent figures are going to go if you don't handle this properly. Listen to me as a man of God. I'm telling you honestly, before God himself. Don't Don't ever think or fool yourself to think I've got an advantage over the other. Then the other players varimo vamwewo vangangoitawo sema-MP nemachi chandoda kudzidzisai kana nyaya yakamira yakadai so tiri kutaura especially isusu vanhu vamwari tiri kuno kuti tichitaura nyararai mhepo yamune muchiona nezvine zvichiitika kubackground zvakasiyana, dzidzai kunyarara, because in politics an enemy and a friend, they look the same. There's a thin line of which if you're not careful, you will take a friend as an enemy, or you consider an enemy a friend. So at this point in time, don't rely on anybody. Just soldier on, keeping quiet. If you're a minister, just serve in your ministry. Don't write to try and please a certain person, because when the going gets tough, the tough will call on the going, and you're going to be in big trouble after this. So keeping praying for you all. All I can say is all the best, but let Zimbabwe be a peaceful nation. I say and I repeat, let Zimbabwe be a peaceful nation. We'll continue to pray for you.